It's almost football season, so we thought we'd give you an interesting factoid. Did you know that tailgating maybe has its roots dating all the way back to the Civil War? It's said that some civilians showed up outside of the Battle of Bull Run yelling, "Go Blue!" with baskets of food. Thus began the first tailgating experience. Expansion snack. It's that time of year. Madden season is upon us. On Tuesday, Madden 15 comes out. Well, if you're a member of the EA Early Access, you probably have already played it like I have, but regardless, the actual launch is on Tuesday. So, for expansion snack this week, we're going to make chili. Perfect tailgating food. What you're going to need: 2 pounds of ground meat, a big old can of tomatoes. You can use petite diced or large diced or chunks, or some people like to do the whole tomato paste thing, but we're going to use the petite diced tomatoes in the can with the juice and the whatnot and the hey now. 1 medium-sized onion. You're going to want to dice this up. The last thing you're going to need is chili seasoning. You could, save a little bit of money, get the thin little yellow packet. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't think it tastes as good. I spent a little bit extra, and I get, the one I like is the brown bag chili mix. It's got the little blue ribbon thing going on here. It's got a really good flavor, and it's got a pretty good kick to it, so I'm a fan. One last note about the ground meat. You don't have to go ground meat. What actually probably tastes better is stew meat. The little little cubes of meat. You brown those up and then add it, and it gets real tender. It's really good. However, as gamers, we all know what it's like to need to save a little bit of money. So, in this case, we're going ground meat just for an example. Let's cook. Meat.
Meat drapes.
You say meat drapes. While we're waiting for this to cook, I thought I'd tell you some other things that you can add into your Madden. Obviously, you could get candy and chips and dip. A nice 7-layer dip is nice. Salsa. We thought it'd be kind of fun to get turnovers. You can go get them at a bakery or your grocery store. Generally, they are, paper football, those little triangles that you flick at your friends. They're generally that shape. Plus, having the name turnover doesn't hurt for football.
What's wrong, Wes? The onions get into your eyes?
No. It's just so beautiful. Okay, now you want to saute the onions. I just do it in the same pot that I'm going to cook the chili in. We minced these onions down probably a little bit too much, but I'm going to give them a little saute, and then we'll start adding some more things. Yeah, so it's important that you go ahead and open the can of tomatoes before you try to dump it into the pot.
It's a tough job.
Well, it's important that you don't just toss the whole can in.
Well, it is important. It is important. I'm just saying I'm doing it because it's tough. It's a tough job. But I'm tough, so.
You are tough. So now we dump our tomatoes in. You shouldn't use the term dump when you're talking about food in general, but oh my god, it's so messy.
But dump cake is the best thing ever.
Dump cake is pretty good. Alright, we're just going to mix these up. We may need to add water to this at some point because, I like to start out with a thin chili and let it cook down so that way it has more time to cook and really infuse the flavor in. Alright, let's get that meat in here.
That's what she said.
Zing. So yeah, if it comes out all dry like this, don't worry. You can add water. You can also add a can of beer. We don't have any on hand. Go ahead and dump that in.
The whole thing?
Yep. You can add, because I'm going to add some awesome seasonings. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, this is a little more like it. I like my chili to be able to soak up cornbread or chips or something as well. So I kind of like it a little bit more liquidy.
Wow, did you find a snack on the floor?
Dog found a snack. Now you can add in any additional things that you like. So if you want to add in green peppers or mushrooms or beans, some people like beans in their chili. We don't roll that way in this house.
We don't judge.
Well, generally we don't judge. No, we don't judge. Nice, nice. Could we get a lid for the... Oh, see, now it's turning the right color. Oh, yeah. That's looking good. I mean, it's really simple. It's inexpensive, and it should get your Madden launch, nice and happy. And now we're gonna let this simmer for a while. Just let it heat up and soak in and simmer and get super tasty. If you were using the chunks of meat, you would probably leave it in a little bit longer, just to really let it kind of fall apart a little bit, get super tender. So that's pretty much it. We are not going to show you the food in this episode. You're going to need to go to the podcast episode on YouTube to see us eating it in action. Find out what we thought of it and see it in a bowl. Thanks for watching. Expansion Snack!